Welcome back to New Twist Radio and the 10-7 here on the New Twist Radio YouTube channel. 10-7 with Tara, Tyra, Goose, and myself. Welcome back. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, put the kids to the bed. Put the children to bed because we're getting back to having some fun today on the 10-7 show. Put the children to bed. Put all children to bed. Give you a couple seconds. Put the children to bed.
At least I'm in another room. Kids ain't been to bed since last March.
Yeah.
Right. Good point. I'm gonna roll my sleeves up because this show is not for the faint of heart. But a lot of people were interested in it when we had this a couple weeks ago, and today we're going to be talking about. It's our part 2 of the BDSM conversation, and we have our guests. We got D and Wines. They're waiting. They backstage waiting. Hopefully, I don't know. They might be changing their clothes into the. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
They might be in character.
Absolutely. And, a little bit of housekeeping. Make sure you join our community. Text us 215-486-0335. All of the New Twist Radio details is right there. We were on the Friday Vibes Morning Show taking requests. We were taking comments over what was going on. So make sure you check that out. 215-486-0335. And with that being the case, or with that being said, here's how I like to start the show. Y'all know how I do. How y'all been? It's been a week. How y'all been?
We're good.
Yeah, we good.
This week flew by.
Yeah.
No, you think so? Like, I feel like it was just last Sunday's show. And then it was Thursday. And I was like, Tara, what are we doing for her?
I know.
It sounds like you must have had a good week.
You know what? Monday was super duper crazy, but then it was great after that. Like, it was easy, yeah. And it flew. It literally flew by.
Awesome. This week was it wasn't a rough week for me, but it was like kind of a long week for me because my mind, when it comes to this radio stuff, like we had some good shows the last couple of weeks, and my mind has just been going like, all right, what can we do next? What can we do next? What else do we need? What kind of graphics do we need?
Right.
Just all the time. So I have to like sedate myself to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
I do know.
How about you, Ben? You all right?
I've been okay. These weekends seem to be going by fast.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning of the pandemic, the weekends was like, yes, they was taking long. Now it's just like a regular old.
Because this is what you're used to now. This has become
It's the norm.
It's the norm.
So I'm just like,
those that are working from home, the work expectations have grown since since you started working from home. Right. So most people are back to where they were, but just not working from home as workload goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoy working from home. I enjoy it. I'm like, they're gonna have to drag me back kicking and screaming, or I'm gonna have to find something else because like you want me to get up and get.
You want me to put on real clothes and get in my car and drive somewhere?
Especially since it's already been proven that it can be done.
Right, that I can fully do my job from home. Like you want me to pay to get on the train again?
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I'm gonna say what everybody already knows. If they want you to come back into the office, it's all about control. They just want to be able to control you.
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna be. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because that's gonna be a whole nother show. I can go on forever.
Yeah.
But
well, let's not.
I'm glad everybody's doing well. I hope y'all doing well out there. And if without further ado, I think it's probably time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Y'all know what that is. Absolutely. It's time for the Would You Rather segment of the show. And I have no idea what these questions are going to look like. I usually don't when I make them up, when I create them or whatever the case may be. So I'm a little nervous because I haven't even gotten a hint as to if they're good, if they're crazy, if they're funny. I haven't gotten a hint. Usually there's a hint. I haven't gotten anything. So somebody go ahead and get it started. No, Tara got one. No, Tyra got one. Y'all want to flip a coin? What y'all want to do?
Tara, go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. Let me get my Would You Rather.
And while she does that, I just want to let everybody know that prior to the show starting today, Goose did some amazing arithmetic earlier. And I'm telling you right now, if y'all got any arithmetic type questions, send them on over to Goose. Because especially if y'all got the new math, you got you covered.
Yep.
All right. So my would you rather is, it's not that serious.
You trying to get people feelings hurt.
All right. Would you rather have super sensitive taste buds or super sensitive hearing?
Super sensitive hearing.
Taste buds.
I feel like I already had the taste bud thing when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to experience that ever again.
Absolutely.
And I can't hear anything normally. So
lies.
It's not selective. It's not selective.
I'd rather have nice.
I'm going to say taste buds, and here's the reason why. I think it can be very dangerous to have super sensitive hearing. You're in a car, somebody blows a horn, your head could explode. I don't know. You're listening to music or you're at a concert or something, it might be too loud for you. I don't know. Maybe you got to put in earplugs to balance it out. I don't know. Super sensitive taste buds, it's not really dangerous. It's just try to stay away from things that are sour and things that are nasty.
Really?
Yeah.
Clearly, you've never been pregnant.
Right. But if it's super sensitive, the things that make
I have been pregnant. Nasty, what are you talking about, Tara?
Pregnant where?
Don't worry about it. You already signed on the dotted line.
Whatever. So I'd rather have super sensitive hearing. I've had super sensitive taste buds. I didn't like it.
Same.
Yeah. As much as I'm a foodie, I think I'm gonna go with the hearing, because just as great as something will taste, on the opposite end, it will taste as bad.
As bad. Mm-hmm.
And so I'd rather see with the hearing, I can put earbuds on, I can walk away. Like there are options. Once you put something in your mouth,
you're committed to it.
Exactly.
But see, here's one I'm gonna give y'all, and this is just for the fellas, because I know the ladies already know it. If you have super sensitive hearing, you can't act like you didn't hear your wife say something.
That's your problem, not mine.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just saying.
Me too.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Oh, so what you're saying is you act like you don't hear stuff that I say? You pretend?
You said what? What you say?
You got yourself.
What you're saying is you pretend to not hear me?
Huh?
He said,
I don't even know what she's talking
about. See? Now you don't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You pretend to not hear me?
I'm sorry.
I got you.
I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry.
I got you.
You ready for mine?
Yeah, let's go.
Sure. Unless she wants to talk more about me not listening to her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in honor of tonight's episode, my would you rather is: would you rather give?
Oh, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
He said yes.
Would you rather give or receive?
Receive.
Totally.
Give.
I knew he was going to say that.
Of course.
I picked this question, and I was like, when I read this question, I was like, I already know Goose's answer, and I can already hear him saying it.
Yep. Your answer?
That's a tough one.
Is it?
Give.
Yeah.
Give.
Okay.
Well, what about receiving has you on the fence?
Because it's receiving.
Oh my! What are you thinking? Oh my God! Don't. Are you all right?
Giving is fun.
Sharing is caring. Yeah, whatever.
That's right. That's right.
Receiving is fun too.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Yeah.
I like to be on the receiving end.
But I like to give because it's better to give.
Because by giving, you are also receiving.
Exactly.
It's better to give than to receive.
They spit out his juice. All right.
I don't waste no liquor.
So you want to just go ahead?
We need to get into the topic. Yeah.
So the fellas would rather give and the ladies would rather receive.
That's probably going to be 100% of the time.
Probably. Yeah.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, it's some ladies who like to give.
Well, that's true. But me personally, I want to receive.
Well, we have. If you were around for the last conversation, the BDSM conversation, we had Wands and D, who live the BDSM lifestyle, they have been kind enough. While Goose pours his drink over there, they have been. Now I'm thirsty. They have been kind enough to. Oh, thank you. I keep getting interrupted. They've been kind enough to share with us again their lifestyle. And I guess without further ado, I like saying that. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring in Wands and D. So here we go.
Hey guys.
Hey.
We got Wands and we got D in the building. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the 10-7 show on here on NewTwistRadio.com.
Yep.
And D is drinking something. Now I'm even more thirsty. All right.
She's keeping hydrated. I was thinking
liquor.
Justin.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I was thinking when we ended the show last time, Wands was in the middle of saying something pretty profound. And then when I followed up with him, like try to like give him like the show from the last time, he was like, "Oh no, I got it. I know exactly where we left off." So if it's okay with y'all, can we have Wands kick it off tonight?
All right, Wands, where did we? Oh, you know what? Hold on, wait a minute. My people in the back in the control room, they messing up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, excuse me, I'm eating. My wife gave me the Starburst. Now I'm eating and chewing. Where did we leave off, Wands? To let us know.
So we were getting into the different reasons people like the lifestyle of BDSM and how expansive it is and how people may be working out some trauma in their lives.
Right. The knife incident.
Right. Like consent, non-consent scenes, maybe little girl, we have some submissives are called littles. They like have, it's called age play. There's a lot of different things that people explore. It's so expansive. It's really to a person. Yeah. And I was going to mention this. I think the rise of BDSM, it took off when 50 Shades of Grey came out.
Right.
Okay. Like, where does this whole dominant and submission whole thing come? Where does this whole explosion come from? And like, for me, why is it a need for it? And all like the ladies that I talk to, I come across, they always ask me like, where are the men?
Really?
Where are the real men?
Wow. Well, maybe some men think that they're gonna hurt a woman by acting this.
I'm not even talking about that. Before we even get into that, I'm talking about the dynamics of men in general.
Oh, okay.
To our generation in the 90s, they came out with that metrosexual thing.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going with it.
Okay. And it's a more it's really that when you lay it out, it seems like it's a well-dressed man like take care of himself. But when you see imagery of it, it don't look like the man that you had. It don't look like the man that you would be attracted to. It don't look like the man that would command your respect, right? It looks a little soft. You know what I mean? Look a little soft. So now what's happening coming out, like you got all these metrosexual men, all these softer men that really don't know how to deal with women. Men that run situations, they don't stand up like men, be accountable when they're right or when they're wrong.
Right.
So this is a big thing, not only just for us as African Americans, but this is across the board. Women, Asians, Latinas, whites, everybody is saying the same thing. So there's been a watering down of men. Now comes along another category. Now it's dominant men. Now this is where men are. Men are dominant, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of men that would be in a lifestyle would be like, I don't really call myself a dom. I'm just a man. So,
right.
So you put a label on it calling it dominant, but it's really just men. Like, and we say old school men, but it's just men, being accountable, stand up-ish, showing up-ish. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Right. I had a friend of mine. She said, look, she's been married for about 15 years. She said one day the AC in her car went out, right? And so her husband is in the house and he's about to go to work. So she said, dang, you would think that the men I came up with would give me their car because he's only going to work. He's going right to a sitting location, right? She said he walked out the door like, good luck.
I believe that.
That's messed up. That's funny at the same time because he said good luck.
He said good luck.
Good luck. So these are the kind of men that women are having,
that's being that's kind of
That's
inconsiderate. I don't even know if that's like
right. So
necessarily being a mess is being a considerate human being.
Yeah.
All right. So let me tap into that because a lot of these dudes been, spoiled. They don't know how to give.
We have a whole generation of spoiled.
A whole generation. So what happens is when you're dealing with dominant men, they more on the intelligent side and the more emotionally connected side. So these are dudes that, they like you guys. You guys are married. You have to have some kind of emotional intelligence to keep your house together. Wives, children, it ain't easy. It's not, it's not gonna be perfect, but you stand there and do your thing. And this is what just dominant men do. This is what alpha males do. They handle their business. They don't, even she was like, yo, I got a house somewhere in a real seedy neighborhood in Philadelphia. And she lives over in Jersey. She like, when I come over there to deal with contractors and stuff like that, you don't want to know who I'm talking to. He won't ride over there with me.
Is she married to him?
Married.
15
well,
years.
That's a self-inflicted wound. You should already know what you had.
Wow.
More.
Yes.
Right.
He was a punk when she married him, though.
Exactly. He was who he was. So you can't be complaining. I don't like to talk to women like that.
A lot of people doing potential.
Yes, and I would say that 100%. 100%. Women tend to do that. We go after that potential, but that potential got to be manifest for me to marry you.
And so,
you sound like she wants you to start doing all that stuff on the side. She wants you to be the side dude while she's
that's what
married.
I think.
I can't be the side dude. I can't.
But that's what it sounds like. She wants you to be that. Be the number two.
Oh yeah, no, I've known her for like 30 years. No, I'm not going to be the side dude.
Okay.
No, that's my people. I'm gonna give her good advice, but I can't be the
So
side.
with a friend like you for 30 years, she couldn't talk this through no sooner. Like
no, I messed that up early on. This one of those that one of the three you supposed to get. That's the first one that got away.
Oh, so the plot it gets deeper.
Yeah.
Just one more question brought that out. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy. Wow.
I know how to get the answers before I get married.
There you go. Right. So all in all, so I'm gonna bring it all together. I'm like the brothers. I'm a giver. Dominants are givers. Submissives are receivers.
Dominants are givers.
And what do you say about receiving?
Submissives.
Oh, submissive. Okay.
Submissive receive and dominants get. I think if when you really understand really what it is, you really will realize how much of it you do yourself in your own relationships.
Yeah.
The role, the power dynamic in your relationship. And if you're like a little freaky stuff here and there, whatever it may be, if you really figure it, you'd be like, yo, we're really into kink. And
you
would be really surprised. But it's just two people that have an agreement that, a lot of women don't want to have all this control over everything. And they just want to be with a dude that they can just feel like they can trust in a dude. They want to feel like he got it. You go to work, you fighting everybody at work, you come home all stressed out. You don't have to take care of the dude too and your kids.
That's true.
You know that daddy got it.
That's right there.
You know he got it. And there's a sort of security with that, And this is what dominant men are supposed to do. Okay. However, you got a lot of these dudes shifting to that I'm a dominant stuff. They're like, I'm a dime. I want to be a dime. You're gonna be my sub.
But they're not built for it.
And here come an inappropriate picture.
Okay, but you an unsolicited one. The worst.
Unsolicited one. Here it comes.
The worst.
Crazy out here.
Wait. Whoa. So, and this is through social media. You're saying?
Yeah, social media. Yeah.
Okay.
Sheena Carr, can I say something to Sheena? No, it's not potential versus reality. It's delusion versus delusion. Versus reality. Some women have fantasy, fantasy land about what they want.
Right.
But the reality is you're not getting it. She put potential versus reality, but
right. Yeah, no doubt. And some people they want what they want, and they don't really think the long game through.
Right.
That's true.
How relationships change.
They're not thinking realistically.
If you think a dude is a little half-ass, he gonna get better because you with him and y'all gonna make a life. No.
No.
Yeah.
You're a solid dude. No matter what he got, he can get better. He can get greater. But a half-ass dude, more than likely, his mama took care of him. Now you taking care of him.
Listen, you hit the answer right on the head. You know what's wrong with these?
You feel me?
Mamas.
It's a lot.
You living with grown mamas, boys.
Let me tell y'all
child. I call him a man child. It's horrible. A lot of women have sent their babies out into the world.
Oh, baby
boy, Joey.
Yep.
Wow.
You don't want to be single out here right now.
No.
It is. It could be cool, but it could be a mess.
I was married to a man child, and I exited that marriage very quickly because.
Wow.
I did not stick around. I would not call somebody complaining about the choice that I didn't know that it was to that degree, because I tried to be right and do wait till we get married and we gonna move in. And so I didn't see the hold that his mama had on him, because we didn't do it the way I normally do it. I did it the opposite way. I will never do that again.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something, that being with a mama's boy or a man child, it has an effect on your sex life, because with most women, what you don't want to do is feel like you're having sex with your child. So if I got to take care,
I never felt that. Not
that
with me.
Disturbing.
No, it is disturbing. If you got to do all this for a man and he act like a baby, and then you got to flip that script in your mind and turn around and be his plaything at night.
Oh, then you're saying that you, the woman, will not feel.
Child, you're just not going to get the best out of that, communication wise, bedroom wise.
But it's not. But it's right. It's not good. It's not good because, and like, you know,
are you telling me? I already told you what I was married to.
Listen, I didn't marry it. I didn't marry it, but I've been there. But it's hard to clear that up. It's hard to. It's hard to.
Yeah, I didn't marry it too.
I didn't marry it, but it's hard to flip your mind, because you're like, oh, you know, he act like such a baby, and then he like, oh, come on, give me some, and you're like, I don't.
Oh no, mine didn't even say, come on, give me some. He used to tap me on my shoulder, say, can we do something?
What?
And so I'm a sex kitten. I can't stay there that long because I don't play like that. I need a dime gonna snatch me. What?
Yeah.
That marriage was very short-lived. I got out of that very quickly.
He has to know he has the keys to the kingdom. And then
they don't know.
They don't know.
A man child cannot see the keys, honey. They see their mama. They see their mama.
Yep.
They see their mama, and they got the keys to their mama's house.
Yep. Exactly.
That's a whole nother subject. Let's go.
Let's go on to the But that's where the problem lies.
Did we talk about BDSM at all?
No, we didn't.
We did. We did.
We got sidetracked. That's a
I had a quick question, and I'm hoping for quick answers, because nobody was prepared for this question. All right, so I want to ask. We'll start with D and we'll go with mine. BDSM lifestyle during the pandemic. How has it changed? Has it changed anything? How has it changed your process, your whatever the case may be? I know there's parties and how has that changed things? How has that changed during the pandemic?
That's a good question.
Oh, I'm not playing around, because this COVID is almost like no, I have not been playing as much as I would like to. Mm-hmm. The play date that I am currently on, I've been around him all the pandemic, so it's fine. But it does mess it up because there's parties, and I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, they're still having parties?
Yeah, they just I know.
And everybody?
Yeah.
People just have to get tested and show proof that you've been.
Well, people was having gatherings at their house for Thanksgiving. And let's not try to you got people that just tired of being locked in, and they feel like I'm gonna go have fun. I'm bored, and that's not with me, because I don't want to deal with all of that. I was careful with the STD, and I'm careful with COVID, so I'm good.
I know that's right.
Real quick before we go to wines, you said you're on a play date right now. Do you mean like right now at this moment?
Well, of course not right this moment. It'd be a porn. It would be porn, baby.
I thought maybe it was on pause.
It would be porn. And the way you do, like we said backstage, you ain't talking. So I took a commercial break.
That's what I was wondering. If
and I said, let me do this. Don't come up in here with your I don't want you to have to edit out. I don't want you to don't come out with your D out and come running up on the camera with people. I had to tell them.
I won't even have to edit that.
Yeah, I had to tell them that. I said, listen, I'm on camera. Don't come with anything out trying to grab up or don't do that. I'm busy right now.
Okay.
All right, Juan.
So we can work out a 10-7 fan page or something like that, y'all want.
I'm gonna tell you and I show y'all that stuff.
No, we can't. No.
So Juan's pandemic, BDSM lifestyle. What has changed? What hasn't changed? What have you had to adjust to?
Just like she said, I'm more just to myself. I mean, I do have a friend that I see, but the frequency of that has gone down. The things that we've been able to do has changed. So everything is more inside. So
I gotta tell y'all this shit is funny. When he finished,
right? But now you got to get a little bit more creative inside. Inside your dome, inside your space, especially in the middle of a winter. So you got to create different spaces and different play scenarios and things like that. So so it's a different challenge, but it's just more mental now.
Ryan said, "Is this still a family show?"
Exactly. Hence the disclaimer when we began.
When we started, we said
you must have came in late.
Put the chair in the bed. Put the chair in the bed. It's still a family show, but this is not a family topic.
Right.
Yeah.
But tell your family the two when though.
Yeah.
Not the kids. Not
the children. Keep the children in bed.
D, what were you going to say? What was your comment?
Well, because when Juan said you got to do things different. So my play date, he's very we do, we wash our hands, we shower, we do all, kind of stuff that we already were doing beforehand. But he was like, you had a little cold, you had you was sniffing. He was like, you gotta keep your mask on. So you want to come get the pee, but you want me to put my mask on? He came in the room looking like Spider-Man. I lied to you not.
What? Why? Because he had a mask on?
Yes, he was he didn't know you might be getting COVID. Again, I can't call if he get the tripping, but I said you coming to get the pee though, and you've been coming
COVID.
Right, and that's what I said. I'm not putting no mask, so you coming to get this, but you coming to look like He looked like Spider-Man, and
my God.
He looked like Spider-Man, but everything else was fun. But yeah,
everything else was okay.
But was he wearing a prophylactic?
Exactly.
All right. No. Well, then his point is valid.
He just wants to make sure you're.
No, then your point is valid. If he was wearing a prophylactic, then the mask is appropriate.
He's stupid. He was stupid. I just was like, you look stupid.
It's a mask.
You come to bed looking like Spider-Man, God, whoever you want. Just bring everything else. It was fine.
Yeah,
it just was funny. It just was funny.
That's funny.
It's a mask and 6 feet. So in order to have a play date, you got to get way closer than 6 feet,
baby.
Baby,
no social distancing. That's what I'm confused about. And then it's from the back. Oh, that's still not 6 feet. What is
it's sure right.
No,
it's sure right.
It's
not.
No,
it's not.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
I wanted to ask you if you could explain. Play date, is that something you came up with, or is that a normal term that's...
It's a term you use. You can have play dates. You can have play dates with couples. You can have play date, one-on-one.
Okay.
And what's your preference? How do you know you want to be with a couple? How does that happen?
Well, I would talk to the guy. Again, most people are open. Again, I don't do women. But him and his wife, they wanted to both play with me. And I was like, I don't do women. So he was like, well, can I go on a play date by myself? And so they talked about it.
Okay.
She said yes.
Okay.
Again, like I said on the first part one, it's the rules. It's what you set up. So they talked. I talked to her. It's rules to this. I talked to her to make sure, because you got guys that play games. But most people that are mature and in the lifestyle, they are very open, very honest, especially if they have a mate. And so she was fine. At first, she said their house. I said, "Oh no, I clean my house a certain way. I know what I do. So if we gotta go, I ain't doing it." And so no, he had another talk, and then she said, "Okay."
Okay.
So but yeah, I'm not doing. Oh yeah, I get couple requests all the time.
And do you ever like? Do they ever like double back? Like, is that okay, or would that then be considered like an affair? I'm like, you know what I mean?
No, it's not, because again, most times the couples are doing it together. And as I stated again in part 1, people think, oh, it's nasty, it's this, but it's a controlled environment. Then you staying home thinking your husband at work and he out doing all kind of stuff with a woman, and probably he will be protecting himself, but he's out there all willy-nilly and she has no control of it. So you can get something that way or not. So no, it just has to be, this is understood, this is going to be an ongoing thing. I tried poly, I didn't like that. I've tried other things, and I'm with that, so I can say what I'm with and what I'm not. Again, for those that don't know, poly is people that are very married or they're in a relationship and they bring another person into their relationship. So it's like you're with 2 women, and most men say, I couldn't do that because you got the one woman you got to deal with. I talked to his wife. It was really weird because she would be there when I talked to him, and she would get on the phone and say hi and stuff. And I'm like, hello. I was like, that was kind of weird. I'd rather have the play dates without the mate involved, because that was like trying to bring me into their relationship, but I just wasn't feeling our connection. It's all about connection. I wasn't feeling the connection when we were on our dates. I just wasn't. So I treated just like it was going to be a date and somebody I was going to deal with. And I was open to it because I'm single, but it's maybe it was just him. I wasn't open to that.
So Juan, how about you? Have you been invited to be like with another couple? Or I wasn't trying to say that.
No, I have not. And that's the best thing. And that's the thing that, we're trying to tell you, like the lifestyle can be lived however you want to live it. And most of the people that I've come across are monogamous within the lifestyle. And there are couples who might want to have a threesome or have another couple involved, but it might not be that's what they do. That might be something that is on their bucket list,
right?
The sex bucket list that they want to get off. But, and they might do that. But for the most part, most of the people in lifestyle are living it monogamously. And as Dee was saying, like, when you come into these kind of situations with people, you're laying everything about yourself out early. It's not like, let me get to know you. I got to meet your representative. And this like, you come with who you are from the door.
Yeah, very open for the most part.
You have to be, especially if you're going to be into putting yourself in compromising situations and putting someone in a compromising situation. You want to be able to trust that person.
I agree, Ryan.
You know what I mean? And so you have to lay out things very flat. Like those, to be honest, I've had more authentic people dealing with people in this lifestyle than I have just regular dating.
Yes.
Yeah, because like you said, they're open. Everything's on the table.
Right. So. And everything's not 100%. So you do hear some foul stuff. You hear some foul stuff, but I don't like when people say, oh, they broke up because they started sleeping with other people in a relationship. And that's not why. The least the people
and you do hear that a lot.
Nothing to do with the lifestyle. It has nothing, because how can it just has nothing to do with it.
But there's always people on the outside looking in. They don't know.
Of course, and, judging, and most of those people that are judges and think it's nasty and is this or that, you're not getting the pleasure that you want. You wish you could.
Right.
And you don't have to be in the lifestyle to do it. Like we said, part 1, you can just have that in the home with your husband one-on-one. You can create all kind of fantasies. It's about openness, comfortability, maturity. It's a whole lot of things that goes into that a lot of couples, I hear married people say, I'm not doing that. Man, I'm out here living my life like it's gold. Well, it is golden, but
and vetting in this lifestyle is very important. You have to be able to have a criteria and a way of getting to the point of, this is what I'm not necessarily what I'm looking for, but this is what I am, and knowing what to look for in other people. Knowing those red flags, like, what, this person is an abuser and he's hiding behind this whole BDSM.
Wow.
And if you really don't
because that's what TV and movies makes you think.
Right. And if you really don't know what BDSM is, you'll go for some shit that you I'm sorry. You're gonna go for some stuff.
Dang it, Wise.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's cool.
If Wise cussing, I'm cussing.
Go ahead, FCC calling us tomorrow.
But you're gonna go, I've heard some real horror stories. So trust me.
Yeah.
Wow.
People are putting themselves just like, oh, I met a guy, they get all enamored with what they see online, thinking that's the guy, and then they show up and it is not that. And then there's some situation that you find yourself in a row. I've heard a young lady say she meeting a guy, supposed to be a dom. They was both meeting in one city.
SHIT crazy.
She walked in the hotel room. Now she was with, matter of fact, she was at a convention for a job. So there was other people there. But she met the guy in the room, and then next thing you know, 2 other guys came out. You know, she got nervous. She called some co-workers, and it was about to be a situation. So it's stuff gets crazy.
And so, the whole job knew her business at that point.
I really want y'all to understand, that people that's listening, like everything that we talked about today, even when you was like, yo, we traveled off the subject. No, we did not. Because everybody in this lifestyle it's all about relationships.
Right.
All about relationships. Everybody has the same issues that's dating. If you talk to regular people that dates and people in BDSM that dates, they all had the same issues. It's all about communication and trust. It's all relationship based. So people make it more about the kink than the relationship.
Because if you don't bother to ask somebody who has done this, experienced it, you don't know. Like I said, let me Google it. When I Googled it, I was like, yo, this is crazy. But then talking to you two, I was like, oh, this actually sounds like something I might want to do.
Like if you think about it, right? Like how much trust would you have to have for a person to really like tie you up with a rope where you can't move and put a ball gag in your mouth or gag your mouth?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, imagine that level of trust you have to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's people that's meeting people, and 2 months later they're going to meet them to do stuff.
Nope.
Exactly.
Well, I know. Tyra had a question that I'm very interested in hearing the answer to.
Well, now since y'all brought that up, I have 2 questions because I'm an avid ID watcher for the ID channel, and this happened to a young lady. Yes, and I think she was found murdered. But I think she was in the lifestyle, when they went through text messages and stuff, right? And so she went to meet somebody, and he killed her. So I was just like,
that sounded like she straight off. She never told her husband because
she probably didn't.
Right. She may have straight off
because
she was just cheating.
Absolutely. If you didn't talk about it, if you did not talk about it with your mate, that's basically what that is. Yes, it is.
Right. And so I mean, just to put that out there, to be very careful when you're meeting people. But this was my other question I have.
See, that's the TV. Stop watching it. Don't go down.
I know. Yeah. So, my question. Both of you guys are single, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, do either of you plan to get married? And if so, do you plan to continue in the lifestyle? It's a 3-fold question. And if you get married and plan to continue in the lifestyle, what would be your rules?
Wait a minute. Let me write that down.
Okay. So question 1, do either of you plan to get married? Question 2, if you get married, do you plan to stay in the lifestyle?
Answer one at a time.
No, because she wants them to the flow.
Okay. And then question 3, if you get married, what would your BDSM rules be?
If you stay in the lifestyle.
If you stay in the lifestyle.
I got it.
Okay.
You want to go first, Wines?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't have any plans on getting married. I'm not opposed to it. I've been married and divorced. And I'm over that.
Okay. Were you in the lifestyle in your marriage?
No. Okay. This is before I got in the lifestyle after my
Wise, we should go on a date after the pandemic.
Okay.
Change your mind.
There you go.
Well, listen, that might work.
Up in here.
Listen, we gonna have a love connection episode when after y'all come back.
And it's 10-7
No, y'all might televise it.
Oh, that'll be 10-7 after dark.
Yes.
And what was number 2 again?
Well, if you were to ever get married again, what would be your number 2? Well, you said if so, do you plan to continue the lifestyle? I know you said you would never be with anybody that wasn't in it.
Yes, I plan to continue the lifestyle no matter what it is.
Okay.
I'm not dating what we consider vanilla people ever again. I'm not.
Yes, okay. Okay. So what would be your if you were to get married again and you and your wife were in the lifestyle, what would be your rules?
The rules are always going to be this. Always going to be the same. But those rules, I can't really say what those rules are at this moment, only because that's a negotiation between the two. So what one woman may want, another woman may not want.
Yeah.
And so
different manual.
Is I mean, I have some things that are deal breakers for me, like anybody in a relationship, but those things, as far as the lifestyle is concerned, is negotiable. I might be like, look, I want to have a threesome, and she might be like, no, or she might be like, or she might be like, look, I'm not into this, anal play, stuff like that. So I mean, to the smaller stuff to the biggest stuff, as far as like how we take care of one another, those things are somewhat negotiated.
So I can start trouble. I'm gonna get him, girl. I'm gonna get him.
So, D, same line of questions.
I do want to get married. I won't go to pieces if I don't, because I have to make sure I know that it's something I truly want this second time around, and that is the understanding of how it's going to go. Sort of expectations, because I'm going to be me. I'm not changing at this age. So if I do get married, it has to be totally understanding and loving me for me. So I am open to that. If I was I could leave the life. I mean, if somebody that I meet and they're worth marrying and they don't want to be in a lifestyle, I'll just create some of the things that I like about it, even the BDSM part and all of that. That's something I can incorporate. And if I got married, everything Juan said, literally, I'm going to put, ditto, because it's each man is different. Comes with the manual. And certain things, again, is about negotiating. And again, when you walk away from it, what we're doing here, what we're both comfortable with, in a place that we're both comfortable and we're not feeling, I didn't feel so good by allowing that. It's going to be consensual. This is something that I want. Because like you said, you can't just go into this manipulating someone. And most times it's the man manipulating the woman. And you can tell if it's not something that she really wants to do. Right. She's following along. Oh. So you can tell that that's not a good thing. It will never end right. So it's not. But the person I'm going to be with, we're comfortable with it. Don't care what people think. This is us. This is our relationship. This is what we like. This is the pleasures that fulfill us, and we're going to get to it. So
okay.
All right.
Yep.
Nice. So D, you would never marry somebody again who wouldn't even consider this?
I would be open. Again, I gotta look at all the pros and the cons of it. Like Kawan said, the vanilla, that somebody's never been in it. It depends. I would have to look at the pros and cons of everything else to know if it would be worth that. Because, like I said, part one, some people need it. Yeah. Some people need the lifestyle. When I was in a relationship in it, we didn't need it. Our stuff at home was straight and solid. So anything that happened did not affect our home. Okay. We both talked about it was an agreement. This is what we're doing. And it was more so like foreplay for us. Because when we got home from parties, it was like more stuff, and then
So that was my next question is it possible to get addicted to the lifestyle? Like, do you think people who have sex addictions?
No, sex addictions, they forget. Leave that part out of the question. You can get addicted to lifestyle. I know people that eat, sleep, and drink it all the time. All the time. They at their house all the time. How you got people around all the time? Like,
wow.
That's what I'm saying. So do you think that it would be easier for somebody who has a sex addiction to get addicted to the lifestyle or a super high sex drive?
But here again, you want to always tie the lifestyle to sex, and it's not always about sex.
Okay,
that's the misconception that people make. It's not.
I keep rounding back to that.
There are other connections that are made, and wants to know. There are people you can, like he said, this is more the realest people you're going to meet. Most people are not bringing representatives. You're getting the raw them, and sometimes the raw them is not that good. It's some monsters, like he said in here. It's guys is a little bit too much, but No, I have to say no, because it's so much more. Now I build so relationships with some people, and again, I have people that are directors, and again, make high six figures. It's not about type of people that get into it. It's all socioeconomic background. I don't mess with the lower socioeconomic background because that is a little on the side. So that can be on the I can bougie. I'm bougie with that, but no, it definitely some connections. It's not always about the sex, because we go on trips together, dinners. You do everything just like you do with people, vanilla people. Yeah. You're just doing it with people that are open sexually. Open sexually does not mean a sex addiction, because you cannot be in a lifestyle and have a sex addiction. So don't tie it to that. Sex addiction is you just every day, all like an addict, like I need it. I've never met anybody like when I've been around in it for over 15 years.
Hold on, D. Let me ask you a question. Something that you just said. You said you cannot be in a lifestyle and have a sex addiction. Why is that? Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said you don't have to be in the lifestyle and can have to be. Okay. You don't have to be. Like, don't tie it to a sex addiction to a lifestyle, because the fact that I like to have great sex, get tied up, and all that stuff, that don't make me a sex addict.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, some people may make the claim, if everybody's in the lifestyle, like a lot of people could be addicted to sex. You just like it. The people that I've met across is people that just enjoy it.
Well, D, like D said, really, and I talk to a lot of different people through my social sites, and the addiction is the connection that you have. It's the deeper levels of exploration into yourself and someone else that is addictive. And like to go from just regular and to actually go through a BDSM relationship is deep. That is like beyond like love. It's a whole deeper kind of commitment to one another.
Connection.
It really is. So people are more addicted to the power dynamic. That's for me. That's what I gotta have. I gotta have that. I gotta have the power dynamic. It just makes my life easier. To be perfectly honest, I don't have to fight over everything. That's just what it is. And
because two doms cannot be together.
No,
I would imagine so. Yeah,
no. You can't be switching. No. There are people that can, but if he's totally dom, you can't. It got to be the understanding of that, the role of that, the dom and the sub.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, so it's all about the connection. And like I said, when I first got introduced to it through my first submissive, and I was thinking, oh, whips and chains, okay, kinky sex. And she's like, no, so much more. And then when she started introducing me to the mindset part, I could see where I would fit in, and I seen how I grow in it. But I mean, it's just the connection is really crazy, man. The connection is really crazy because you're exploring one another, and no one's being like, I don't want to tell them I'm a real freak, or
holding back the representatives.
Because we got another thing that's like no kink shaming. Like don't shame somebody because
nobody shame me.
Never kink that you're not into.
Can't nobody shame me.
Just because you're into something and she's not, I'm not going to force her to do something she doesn't want to do. And the thing about it is that the woman has the submissive, because there's submissive men and dominant. The submissive holds all the power because they're the ones saying that this is where they're willing to go. This is what they're telling you. This is what I am definitely not going to do, and what I'm not willing to do. Now, you was the alpha male, or the dominant. You make your determination of, can I really deal with her, or do I, because there are some submissives, they call themselves brats. They got real bratty behavior, me, attention. And so for me, I don't deal with brats. That just for the type of man, the type of person I am, that fucks with my personality. I like more calm personalities for me, so if I see a brat, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just
that's your preference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But there are men who are cool with that because they think that's cute and like that bratty baby. They like the attention they get from that. So it's different levels of it. And that can become addictive because once you have it and you get connected, when you're out of it, you're like, damn. And we've all done it, right? I've been there and tried to date regular, and it's not the same.
Right.
Well, you see, got a question there from would you say that the connection is the core of the relationship?
Of course.
If you're making it about a relationship between you and that other person, so you can meet people and be like, we're just going to have we're attracted to one another, so let's just do some sessions, right? Okay. And those sessions you have to sit and write them out, like this is what we're going to do, this is what I'm going to use, and you set up the scenario, blah blah blah. You know, people getting doing contracts and all kind of stuff. You know, and as you were saying, like meeting people. Like if I was to meet somebody for the first time, I'd send them my driver's license, tell them to send it to their sister, their mother, let them know who you with, let them know who you're going to be around. If something happens to you, I need to be held accountable. Those kind of things. This is what men, accountable people do. So when I talk to other submissives in the lifestyle and they tell me like, I'm gonna meet a guy, I'm like, get all his information, give him your information, and make sure that someone knows who you're with at all times.
Yeah.
You gotta be a wee bit bitchery. A wee bit bitchy.
I have a question that after I ask this question, y'all probably gonna be like, you ain't been listening to us this whole doggone time. But I gotta ask this question because something that D said, something you both said actually kind of made me think about this. And I think we kind of touched on it in part one, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. If you guys said before, like if you're a dom, you're a dom. If you're a sub, you're a sub, and there's no switching.
No, there is switching.
There is switching.
Yeah, there is switching.
Yeah.
Man, don't act like I ain't been listening. Well, when I say that, because it's like, is it? Well, it kind of messes up the rest of my question. I was gonna say, would there be switching with like a role play type of situation?
Yeah, some people will do that. You have some dominants that are switches, and then you have some subs that have alpha personalities that can play a dominant role, even though even though it's not something that they would like to carry all the time, but they can do it. And so if both parties agree, then yeah. But a lot of dominant men or doms in general, they're just on the dominant side. There are some switches though. There's some guys that switch, but like even females that are doms, they never really switch. They're doms. You know what I mean? They're dominatrix. Like
right.
So people understand dominatrix. Like dominatrix, rarely have I ever seen a dominatrix play the role of a submissive.
Okay. See, well, I'm more sub, but I have played that they wanted me to.
Right.
I like fulfilling fantasies.
Right. You can switch it up. Right. You can switch it up. Right.
But I'm more of a sub. I'm more of a sub.
More of a sub.
Like you said, I prefer to be the sub side.
Right.
And I am. But if you want me to be that side and I'm with it, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It sounds like the subs will be more willing to switch a role up and play a different role or whatever the case may be, because I guess
whatever the dom wants, the dom. Whatever the dom wants, the dom gets.
Yeah. We got a question from Science. She said, "Do you maintain a connection to the person who bust your BDSM cherry?"
That must be for Wanza.
Yeah, nope. I'm not in contact with her anymore. She moved out of the state, and I haven't seen her in years.
Well, I did. I do, and I did. He moved out of state as well, but I would travel for the D. Right. And the whole experience. I catch flights. I was catching flights to the D.
Okay. Okay.
Amazing. And then he went over to the vanilla side. That didn't work because he keep coming back over here because he's like Ryan said, he's not getting it on the vanilla side. So he get it. We like
right. Boom.
Look.
Boom. Connection.
So he still tries to talk to me, but we haven't gotten to play. But I will catch a flight to the D. It's just amazing when I do go. So yeah, not now, but yeah, it's totally worth it. So I am in touch with mine.
Flying to the D for the D.
Right.
For the domination.
Playing for the D. How long does it usually take you when you meet somebody to build a connection and to know that that's the right person for you to play with? How long does that connection usually take?
There's no time on that because it starts with conversation. Like Juan said, you ain't got time to be, oh, I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna let him know that I like to, put on some leather. He choked and put a gag ball in my mouth, drag me across the bed. I'm gonna wait.
Right.
You gonna have them conversations so quick. It could be that night.
Right.
Wow.
It could be the night, the next day.
Yep.
And all play dates don't end well, but it's not about the connection. That comes kind of later, but it's more so let's get to this.
Right.
We got all the time for the bull. It's going to be the open combination. It's open conversation. Hit the ground running. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for. So you got to know that y'all both on the same page in terms of, well, if you BDSM, you already know. So no, it's not really that. No.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, ain't no time to wait now. We're about the pleasure, getting what we want, and usually the people we are communicating with has that understanding. So there's nothing to weed through.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, there you go. That's how I go. Let's do this.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, say, you know what I mean? We all at somebody's house and we get to talking and you meet somebody new. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, can you have that unspoken, like, can you just tell that somebody in a lifestyle?
No.
No,
you can pick up.
You can throw some.
We at the vanilla house. It's hard to tell. We at the vanilla's house. Y'all vanilla. So we would not know that. You can't look at them and say, it's not a look like what they look like.
No. But I'm just talking about like in conversation.
Dropping hints,
right. Or dropping hints.
You can drop some hints, and if they catch on, you like, okay,
No,
you'll do something or say something like, oh, all right, she about that.
Yeah, most BDSM people are very, very direct.
Yes.
So if you even sense like, oh, I see Juan nice looking, and you just gonna go ahead and go forth, and then you'll have those conversations that lead to it won't take that long.
Right. Yeah, it won't take that long. Right. Yeah. No.
Okay.
I have a couple questions.
We have 57 minutes.
I know. The first question.
Nah, we can go over break rules.
It's right. We own it. We own the platform.
Check y'all, Bill.
Yeah.
So with the lifestyle.
No, actually, I do gotta go. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm gonna take that baby.
Look, how you do it, bro.
Go on the channel, like what?
Like, hold on, you said 1 hour.
Hold on.
You just had to do a couple minutes ago.
We run out of time. Everybody, we run out of time. All right, real quick, 2 questions. Is every sexual experience that you have with somebody that is in the lifestyle as well, I'm not the same, but is it always? I'm trying to make this. Is it ever not a BDSM
session
type of session? Like, is there? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not always.
Yeah, you can have sex. Yeah, you can have regular sex. Yeah.
Okay, so you can just be on the couch.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't do Netflix and chill. I'm sure wives don't. I don't do no Netflix and chill. What we do, we already know what you're coming to do. All that sitting on the couch wasting time. Nah, come through the door. Let's get it. No, that Netflix and chill irks my soul. I ain't never got time for that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't even watch Netflix that much.
But you don't have
I watch Netflix, but I ain't watching it with no dude. It's sitting on no couch and playing games and
look, here's
out and laying that. No, I comes the way
and look, and here's the difference, right? So you don't have a whole lot of, you might not have the opportunity to have a whole bunch of toys around. So you say she's like you on the sofa, forget Netflix and chill. Take your clothes off, take your belt off, put it on her back.
Thank you, Ryan. Stop playing. Come through the door. Get it.
Belt in one hand, your hands back in the
why stop it? Look, why? This is like
But hold on. Doesn't it then?
Take your belt off.
Hold on. Because doesn't that then turn into a BDSM session?
No, not really. That's just kinky sex.
Yeah. Yes. Well, why? Whatever Wine say.
It's what she's saying. Like she said, take control.
Yes. Listen, you don't even know how a lot of men get very intimidated when I say, "What we doing when you come over? What you want me to be wearing? What size heel you want me to wear? What you want me in?" And then when I do it, it's like, for the ones that's vanilla, they. Or I've had some that was in the lifestyle, not BDSM, I said what I was doing. I mean, I went in the group and started something. So he came in my inbox and we connected. But when I did what he wanted me to do, he was like, what?
He didn't know what to do with it?
He when I came with what he wanted me to come with, because a lot of men don't experience, again, I'm very open, is what it is. And he just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. And then I had somebody that say they was ready, and I was excited. I said, he gonna come get it right through the door. He came, snatched me right through the door. Everything else went downhill from that. And I wanted to expose him because it was so bad.
So it's like you're saying, like, there's times where I'm getting with someone and I'm like, yo.
Yes, Tanya, we are very creative people.
I want you to come with 2 pair of heels, 2 pieces of lingerie.
Wait a minute, wait, let me write it down.
I need to see what you're going to bring.
Go, wait.
I give out a list.
I got the shoes. Want me to send a picture so you can pick which ones you want?
There you go. I want to see at least 3 pair of heels. I need to select at least 2 outfits to go with the heels.
Okay. All right.
Any little toys you like to have for yourself, bring them.
She's legitimately writing this down.
Whatever liquor you like, let me know what that is. So
I'm a straight no chicks a girl.
Has anybody ever brought over something and you be like, no, get that out of here?
No.
Nah.
No, because he said no kink shaming.
Nope.
There's no kink shaming.
If they pull out something that you like,
I don't know what the hell a kink
shaming is. I just say this. I'm not into that. You just say you're not into it. It's not. He came over for me to play. He pulled out. He's nasty. He did. That'll never happen.
Not my king.
Yeah.
Here's the final question. Question. And for people that may not have been part of part 1 and part 2, may you come in late. 30 seconds for each of you. What is something that you want the people to know that don't have any clue, like me, about the lifestyle? What do you want us to know about the lifestyle that is, like earlier, you said that's TV. Get that out of your mind. What do you want people to know about the lifestyle that they don't know about the lifestyle?
It's not nasty. Mm-hmm. It's not nasty. It's not filled with STDs, and it is very pleasurable to get what you want and with somebody that you care about and you got a connection with. Who wouldn't want that? That's like men. A lot of men have that fantasy to have 3 women. Not all. A lot of men, they want three. A threesome. So why not fulfill those things? You ain't got to sneak around about it. It ain't cheating to talk about it with your wife and have that trust to get the pleasures that you want. Mm-hmm. So don't listen to the TV stuff. It's not like that. And I want to say, you ain't got to be in a lifestyle to get the pleasure at home. Just don't believe the stereotypes. It's not nasty and disease filled and all of those things. And
I just want people to know it's just a deeper. It's not just deeper than a regular, but it's different than a regular relationship. Don't get into it if you're not willing to be honest with who you are and express that without feeling like someone can hurt you. You just have to be totally honest. The way to find out if someone else is real is to be real yourself. Mm-hmm. This exposes that.
Yes.
And if you want to have a threesome, which is like guys is really still shooting at the stars with that, you get one woman and you allow her to go get the other woman. Trying to pair 2 women up is just madness. Women are very fickle. If you have an agreement with your main woman or your bottom sub or whatever, if you tell her this is something that you want one time, whatever, and she's like, okay, she might be with it, then allow her to go find a female. Don't you go trying to pair 2 women up. That doesn't work. And it
That's right.
And you just avoid so much mistrust.
Because it's not coming from them, and of course it's going to be something they don't like.
You just avoid so much mistrust.
Yeah. But doing that, you allow your fantasy to kill your fantasy.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
And as the dominant man, you're allowing your bottom woman to control the situation.
Yes.
You don't want to deal with her. I don't want to deal with 2. I got 1 I'm dealing with. I don't want to have to deal with her if I'm just having sex. If we just want her to have sex. Right. Now, we're trying to bring her in to be a part of our dynamic. That's different. But if all you want is sex, allow her to, either way, allow her to go pick the other female.
Yes.
That's smart. Yeah.
It's no insult to people. It's just a term. I don't know how it's come about. It's just vanilla. It's plain. Like you don't have nothing added and spicy in the mix. It's just vanilla. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's all, Peter. He thinks it's all.
Why we gotta be vanilla though?
Why we can't be chocolate?
Nah.
If you guys really, and I can send y'all some stuff, some information.
Yes, time.
If y'all really look into it, you'll be like, damn, we kind of do that right there.
Yeah, why
exactly.
do that right there? A lot of it is a lot of.
Let me tell you, it's just knowledge. Get the right knowledge. You know, don't listen to other people, jump on bandwagons and conversations where people start, just being negative about it. Get the knowledge for yourself for some real experience.
Well, Juan said he was going to share.
Send the info.
Yes, send the info.
Got y'all.
Yeah.
Well, look, I wanna thank y'all for joining us for part 2. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a part 3.
I'm creative. I got you, Tanya. If you want some ideas.
It's going to be 2021 though. I don't think I'm ready for a part 3.
I'm all
part 3 is me and Juan showing y'all what went down. Well, not showing y'all what went down.
Say that. Y'all have to come back.
We won't do that one live. We won't do that one live. When y'all showing us, we won't do that live, and then we'll just
We'll just show you our wares. That's all.
There you go. I'm fine with that.
Just the shoes and the leather, just that part.
You know what? I should have kept my cane and my paddles hanging up on my wall too. I should have left them up there.
You should have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I should have left.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, props.
Yeah. Somebody say yes, part 3.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, we might have.
Now we were talking like this is like the magic of it's not TV, but this is the magic of TV, right? We were all talking earlier, right? And we were supposed to kind of bring this up, or maybe we wasn't. Maybe I'm breaking the rule, but D has something on right now.
Oh yeah,
right. Or you were talking about putting something on or something, right?
Oh yeah, my leather outfit that got me chased.
Oh right. That's what it was. That's I got you chased. Yo, was it like a scary chase or was it like
No, it's good.
Was it like
they come back with me?
I want it. Come here. Snatch, grab, choke, all that.
There you go. Yes.
Did you play hard to get it all?
No. I don't have time for that.
Why would I do that?
That's like Netflix.
I don't know. Maybe he was into it. I don't know. Maybe it was like make me work. I don't know.
Nah. I don't play them kind of. I role play, but no, I ain't playing. I'm playing to come get it. Like
come get it. That's exactly right.
Well, there you have it. But look, I want to thank y'all for joining us
again.
Thanks,
guys.
For part 2, for being open, for being honest about it.
Yes.
And we definitely appreciate y'all.
And if y'all see me on the street, don't go point and say that's the lady that's in the lifestyle.
I'm gonna just put it on the back of your head.
Like, you finna get started.
I'm natural under here. It's all natural grip.
And no berries. What up, D? Get to the roots. What up, D?
What? Stop, Wands.
Well, look, we're gonna have to shut this down.
Wait, Wands warming up for the ball in the other room.
That's all right. They about to get out of control.
There you go.
Yes.
Like I said, thank y'all for joining us, man. We really appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Joining us on the 10-7 show for a second time. I know this ain't the last.
Signal my number to you.
There you go. Do that.
You know, I have both y'all's numbers. I can actually give you.
Send it to him.
I will do that. I will do that. As soon as we're off the air, I will send each other y'all's numbers. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Thanks,
Bye, Tanya.
We'll talk to y'all. We appreciate it, man. We definitely appreciate that. So that was Wands and D back again. We appreciate them.
Yeah.
And we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. It's a little longer than usual, but it is what it is, man. We own the platform, so we do what we want to do.
Absolutely.
You know
Rock out what
Oh, you know what? I did want to ask them about the would you rather's. I mean, they kind of gave us the answers for the giver receiver.
Wands did. Yeah.
But you know what I was just thinking about with the would you rather that I forgot who asked it, the hearing and the tasting.
Me.
Here's the thing I thought about while I don't know why my mind went here during the show when we was talking about something totally different. But here's another reason I wouldn't want to be ultra sensitive hearing. Y'all ever seen the movie Bruce Almighty when Jim Carrey played God?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like
he could hear everybody.
And he heard everybody's prayers. I would think like if you had super sensitive hearing, altered hearing, that's probably how you probably hear an ant fart if you have super sensitive hearing. Like you probably hear like all types of stuff that you just gonna hear that you just can't stop hearing. And that would probably make you go crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
still going with my first answer.
Yeah, I'm good with my answer.
Yeah, I'm good with mine.
Y'all head's gonna explode.
If it ever happens.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be running around in the overalls talking about dum diddy. I'm telling you right now. It's coming.
Yeah.
Hey, Tender Love Williams, Sheena Carr, appreciate y'all comments. I'll put them up real quick.
Tanya Shackelford, Peter Barnes.
If you're listening to us not on the live show on a Sunday night, make sure you tune in on the live show Sunday nights because it's a vibe. And make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button down there and the bell with the parentheses, like my wife likes to say, to let you know when we are going live, because we'll be going live again tomorrow night with Let's Not Argue. We'll be going live with Intelligent Ignorance. We'll be going live with quite a few shows. So with all that being said, man, we want to thank y'all and we're going to talk to y'all next time. Make sure you text 215-486-0335 to be the first to know about all the goings on here at New Twist Radio. All right. I guess that's it.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, guys.
We'll talk to y'all next time.
Have a good one.
Thank you.